Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Dr. Linda Jordan, and I hope you are as excited as I am to talk to you today about 7 steps to financial freedom or 7 steps to generate wealth through using real estate investing. So, give yourselves a round of applause for stepping out and wanting to learn more about real estate investing. So I hope you're as excited as I am because I can't stand it. I am really excited because I enjoy helping individuals learn and understand the importance of real estate investing. And so we're going to get started with 7 steps to 7 figures, passive income using rental property. So who am I? My name is Dr. Linda Jordan, as I said. I am a wife, mother, and breast cancer survivor. I am the CEO of Breast Cancer Angel Network. I formed this corporation shortly after being diagnosed with breast cancer because I wanted to help other women and men find information and resources so that they could make good, healthy decisions. So I'm a survivor of 8 years. Yay! I am also an author. I just released my first book, solo book, Unleash Your Inner CEO, A Country Girl's Guide to Being Your Own Boss. So you can find that on Amazon. I am also a co-author of 7 other books, and those are a couple listed there. And that's my beautiful family, my husband and my lovely daughter. Here's a little bit more about me. I worked in corporate America for 30 years, and after being diagnosed with breast cancer, I realized that I needed to and wanted to start my own business. I was already doing real estate investing as a side hustle. So I really wanted to branch out further and do more things. But I became a leadership development coach. And as you can see, I'm certified in several different areas, as well as having my PhD in organizational development and leadership. So that's a little bit about me. So most importantly, I'm a real estate investor. I've been doing it for 20 years. I own and operate 30 plus rentals. I have single family homes. I have duplexes, condos. I have gone into the apartment complex business for a little while, but I've sold those. And I also have an Airbnb. So I have quite a bit of knowledge about real estate investing, how to do it. I also owned and operated a franchise with a large company for about 7 years, I believe it was. So it gave me, time to really learn about real estate investing from a different perspective. So today we're going to talk about 7 steps. Step number 1. And before I start that, please get your pen. Make sure that you have something to write with. I want to make sure that you have a notepad so you can take some notes because I'll be sharing some information. And I think it will be very beneficial that you write down these 7 steps, first of all, so that you can be on your path to financial freedom. So step number 1 of the 7 steps is to know what your why is. Now, for me, it was making sure that I created a legacy for my daughter and making sure that, she had money to go to college with, because when I grew up, we lived on a farm and I didn't have college funds. At that particular time, the Pell Grant was all that was there. And right when it was time for me to go to college, the Pell Grant ran out. And so I had to work and go to school. And I didn't want my daughter to have to do that because it was extremely hard. And I knew that, I didn't finish college that way. I ended up going to work and going to school, and I wanted her to have the opportunity to have that full college experience. And so that was my reasoning for investing. So for you, it could be paying off your debt, it could be college, it could be retirement, or you want to create a family legacy. Whatever that why is for you, I want you to write that down on that piece of paper that you have in front of you. Write that down because that's going to be the kickstart for why you get into real estate investing. Not just because some people may say it's a fad, and it really isn't. I've been doing it for over 20 years, and it is a way of life for me. And so for you, I want to make sure that you know what your why is, what your purpose is, because that's going to be your driving force for what you do every single day. So if you've written that down, let's go to what I call step number 2. And we're not going to take 5 minutes because I don't have a whole lot of time today. I have a short period of time with you. But after this video or listening to me, I want you to take some time and write down your goals. Now, these are the SMART goals. I'm sure most of you have heard them from the corporate space, but they're really important that you are very specific in the goals that you write down. You want to make sure they're measurable. Most importantly, you want to make sure that you can obtain these goals. Are they within your reach? Most importantly, are they relevant? And what time frame do you want to get your goals achieved? So for me, when I first started in real estate investing, I wanted to have 10 properties and I wanted to do it within 4 to 5 years. For me, I was very aggressive. So I got my properties in 2 years. But that's because I was very aggressive. For you, it may take a little bit longer, or you may do it in a shorter period of time. Whatever works for you, works for you. But make sure you write down your goals. And when you write them down, you want to make sure that you display them someplace so that you can see them every single day. Don't just write them down, put them in a notebook, and close it up, because it's called out of sight, out of mind. So write your goals down, share them with someone so that they can remind you, hey, you said you're going to do X the other day. Have you done that? Have you purchased that property, or have you gone to look at that house on Sunday afternoon after church? Whatever that is for you, share your goals so people can hold you accountable as much as you hold yourself accountable. So I am a strong advocate of making sure that you write your goals down and you share them with others, and then you achieve them in a timely manner. Now, when it comes to real estate investing, there's 4 different ways that I have invested, and most of my colleagues do as well. The first is fix and flip. There's wholesaling. There's buy and hold and syndication. Fix and flip means you're going to find a property, you're going to fix it up, and then you're going to resell it. That's fix and flip. Wholesale. You're going to buy a property that is not on the market, and you're going to also sell that to someone. So that's what wholesaling is about. And you can wholesale retail properties. You can wholesale properties through retail, or you can wholesale them to another wholesaler. And then there's called buy and hold. You want to buy a property, you want to fix it up and rent it out. And then the last one is syndication. Syndication is at a much higher, different level, but that's when you really want to get into investing into apartment complexes or commercial properties. I have not done syndication. Friends of mine have, but I have done the other 3 areas of investing. And depending on what your flavor of the day is, you can do all of them. But I always encourage people to start with wholesaling first, because that's the easiest way. And it gets you in the door, and it gets you cash relatively quickly. You can get cash from a deal sometimes in like less than 30 days, but you got to be aggressive in doing it. So here is a property that I purchased wholesale from a seller direct, and it was in Selma, North Carolina, and gorgeous home. Unfortunately, the seller wanted to sell her property because her husband had unexpectedly passed away, and she just wanted to move. So I bought the property from her for $124,000. It was paid for free and clear, but she just wanted to get out. And I was looking to buy a property at the time. Of course, I'm always looking to buy properties, but I didn't want to rent it out because it was too far from where I live. I just wanted to get it sold. And so I listed it with an agent that I use, and we sold it on the market for $145,000. My profit was $21,000. I then took that $21,000 and reinvested into another property. So as you can see, we did this in less than 60 days. It's very easy to make money in a short period of time, but you do have to be aggressive and you do have to follow the process. So step number 3, marketing. Now, a lot of people don't like marketing, but marketing is so very, very important, and it's the way to get your name out there, is the way to get business. So there's 3 categories listed here: online sources, targeted list, and referrals. So online sources is about using Zillow, Craigslist, Facebook, for sale by owner, auction sites, or the famous yard signs, which are for sale by owner. Targeted list, you can use tools called PropStream, ListSource, or Driving for Dollars. You can do that on Sunday afternoon after church, and you just get in your car and drive around and you look for properties that where the mail has not been picked up. It doesn't look like the home has been lived in. There's lots of trees and shrubbery on the property. So those are properties that you can look for on the Drive for Dollars. Referrals, you can network with other individuals, because I believe your network is your net worth. Friends and family, you can do joint ventures, and you can also do partnerships. So those are areas that you can market in. And marketing basically is you want to make sure that you are getting the word out that you are an investor or you're looking to invest, and you're connecting with other individuals who may know someone who is also an investor. So hopefully these lists will be important as well as helpful to you. But of course, you can learn more in my training program when we go really, really deep about marketing, how to do it, when to do it, and things of that nature. Step number 4, once you've done your marketing and you've communicated or sent out letters to your sellers, or you called someone on the phone, you want to gather that contact information and schedule an appointment with the seller. So skip tracing sites, this is where you can actually get contact information from a seller if you don't have that. So True People Source, TruePeopleSearch.com, Deal Machine, you can go to your local county tax office or Facebook Marketplace. But you want to have the contact information of the seller so that you can then pick up the phone, call them, schedule an appointment, and go look at their property. So that's what step number 4 is about. Once you get to that property and you've looked at it, then you want to decide, is that something you want to buy or not? So step 4 has a lot more details in it, but this is the short and sweet of it for today. But you should be able to gather as much information as you possibly can about the property, talk to the seller, find out what they want to sell it for, but most importantly, find out why they want to sell it. The why is so very important. Step number 5, once you've had that conversation with the seller, you've made them an offer, now you want to negotiate the deal. Why do you want to negotiate the deal? Well, you want to do that because you want to make sure that you get the property at the best price. Know your numbers. So knowing your numbers is very important. You don't want to buy a property that's too high, because when you buy the property, that's when you really make your money. A lot of people think that you buy the property, you sell it, and you make X amount of dollars at the end, and that's where they make their money. That's not correct. You make your money when you buy the property. That's why you want to buy it and negotiate it at the right price. When you sell the property, you will make money, but by that time, when you take all the debts that you have out, what is your true net? Because you have to think about the purchase price, your closing costs when you buy, your closing costs when you sell, the finance charges that you have to your private lender or your hard money lender or the bank. And then if you had to fix up the property, what did it cost you to do that? So all those numbers have to come out at the end. So that's why it's important that you negotiate and you buy right the first time, so that at the end of the transaction, you truly see how much money that you made. So make your initial offer, then negotiate. because the seller will always want more than probably what you want to pay, but you can come to a happy medium. So that's a really, really important step. If you're not good at negotiation skills, start brushing up on that. Make sure you understand how to negotiate, because you don't want to make the seller feel that you're rushing them or you're pushing them. You want to make sure that they are comfortable with you. So negotiation is very important. Step number 6 is determining what your exit strategy is. When you go into this deal, are you going to wholesale it? Are you going to fix and flip it? Are you going to buy and hold it? So know what your exit strategy is. It's very, very important that you know that. Don't go into buying a property and then you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You got to know that up front. So you're going to wholesale it to another wholesaler or to a rehabber. You're going to fix it and flip it yourself and sell it retail, or you're going to fix it and keep it as a rental. When you keep it as a rental, I will share one tip with you. You want to make sure that you rent the property so that you have 1% return on investment. So you buy a property for $200,000, and that's how much you've invested in the property. You need to have at least 1% rent income so that you are within that budget of making sure you have enough to pay your mortgage, property taxes, and insurance. And you make a little bit on the end yourself, maybe $200-300 a month. So that's why it's important to know what your numbers are. I do have spreadsheets that I provide my clients to help them understand. They plug the numbers in, and voila, it tells them exactly what price point they should be at, and when they sell it, how much they will actually make. So determining your exit strategy is really important. Then the last step is financing the deal. You can utilize private money lenders. Those are individuals who just have money and they want to lend it out. It could be anyone. It could be your dentist or your doctor's office. It could be someone that you met at a business meeting. Hard money lenders, those are non-traditional banks, such as Union Bank, Benchmark. There's a couple others. They're not Bank of America, Truist, or Wells Fargo. Those are not the individuals who will give you money when it comes to investing. Now, the last one is bootstrapping, using your own money. I don't encourage that, but if you don't have another alternative, or you have a self-directed IRA, then yes, I would encourage you to do that, but don't take money out of your savings just to do the. But when you get a property under contract, you want to make sure you can finance the deal. That's the bottom line. So those are the 7 steps to 7 figures. There's a lot more to that than what I've shared with you today, but that's the short and sweet of it. My program is called the Passive Portfolio for Women. Here is my barcode. If you want to learn more about the program and see if you can get enrolled in that, please do so. We're getting our enrollments ready for 2024. Again, my name is Dr. Linda Jordan. 7 steps to 7 figures, the Passive Portfolio for Women. I hope that you will connect with me and want to learn more about how you can have financial freedom and create generational wealth for you and your family so that you can live your best life. Thank you.